All right. Hey guys, good evening. We are meeting with the Finance Committee for Lakeville in order to ratify a vote that we had on Monday. So before we get started, I'm going to open up the meeting. It is 6:33, and I'm just going to do a quick roll call. Darren Beals.
Here.
And Adam Lynch.
Here.
Great. So we having a quorum. I do need to read the.
Sorry, George, to interrupt, but you need that horrible speech.
Yeah, I was going to do that right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So I don't have to do the whole one that I did last time. That was a little much, right? So I'll do the shortened version that I have here.
No.
I have to do the long one?
You do.
Get the hell out of here. Am I allowed to say that?
Deep breath, my friend.
Oh my God. So now this is going to delay us a little bit because I got to find it. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. That whole thing. You sure, Maureen?
Yep.
All right. Does anybody want to volunteer for it, just out of curiosity? Any takers? Me reading this speech is going to be longer than our actual meeting. I'll tell you that. Oh, Maureen. All right. Give me a couple seconds.
You got it from me on the 13th at like 6 o'clock, I think, or somewhere thereabout.
I know I emailed it to myself, so I have it at my work email. Give me a sec while I pull it up. I think I have it. Yep, 13th, here it is. All right, everybody take a nap while I read this. All right, so whereas 2019 novel COVID-19 is highly contagious and potentially fatal respiratory disease, the prevalence of which is increasing rapidly throughout the world, inclusive of the United States and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And whereas on March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization designated COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic health emergency. And whereas on March 10, 2020, the governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts issued a declaration of a state of emergency to respond to COVID-19. And whereas on March 13, 2020, the President of the United States announced a national declaration of emergency. And whereas on March 15, 2020, Governor Baker announced emergency actions to respond to the evolving COVID-19 public health emergency impacting the Commonwealth, including prohibitions on public gatherings of 25 or more and prohibiting on-premise consumption of food and drink at bars and restaurants from March 17, 2020 until April 6, 2020, as well as the suspension of elementary and secondary school education operations from March 17, 2020 until April 6, 2020. And whereas the Finance Committee of Lakeville and its Board of Health, in consultation with the State Department of Public Health, has determined that COVID-19 presents a major disaster which poses an immediate threat to public health, safety, and general welfare of people residing both within and outside Lakeville, Massachusetts. And whereas the Finance Committee of Lakeville, Massachusetts and its Board of Health have determined that immediate public action is needed in order to prevent or minimize the spread of COVID-19 by and among the people of Lakeville, Massachusetts. And whereas it is critical to take additional steps to prepare for, respond to, mitigate the spread of COVID-19 to protect the health and welfare of the people of Lakeville, Massachusetts. And whereas declaring a state of emergency will facilitate and expedite the use of resources to protect persons from the impacts of COVID-19, including but not limited to emergency expenditures pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 31, and limitations on operating hours and access to public buildings. And whereas the Finance Committee of Lakeville, Massachusetts and the Lakeville Board of Health recommend that a state of emergency be declared in Lakeville, Massachusetts. Now, therefore, we, Finance Committee of Lakeville, Massachusetts and Lakeville, Massachusetts Board of Health for Lakeville, Massachusetts, hereby declare that as of today's date, July 22nd, a state of emergency exists in Lakeville, Massachusetts. This declaration of emergency shall remain in effect until further notice is given pursuant to our judgments and the conditions leading to the declaration, leading to this declaration no longer exist. Woo. All right, nailed it.
George, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that, please?
You know, we really should take turns doing this one. I mean, it's just
I'll do it
really
next time.
enjoyable.
I'll do it next time.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So that being said, we did our roll call. We have opened up our meeting, and now we move to agenda item number 1. Actually, we kind of did that, didn't we? Are we doing agenda item number 2?
Yeah, all you have to do is just to ratify the vote.
Okay. So we are ratifying the vote from Monday, July 20th, in which we did not have the adequate amount of time posted for the meeting. So we were able to vote on it, but we're going to ratify it today. So having a quorum, we'll be able to do that. And assuming no other business comes, we'll be able to adjourn. So I'd like to make a motion to ratify the vote that we had on July 20th for the transfer. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but we can go back and look at it if need be. Can I get a second?
13,200.
13,200. Thank you. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Great. Thanks.
It's Darren Beals.
Do we have any discussion? No. All those in favor, starting with Darren?
Darren Beals, aye.
Adam?
Adam Lynch, aye.
George Vlahopoulos, aye. So we have passed it unanimously. All right, so moving on. That's it. We don't have any new business. We don't have any old business. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. All those in favor, starting with Darren.
Darren Beals, aye.
Adam Lynch, aye.
George Vlahopoulos, aye. And we are adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.